Computer, give me the next question.
From physics on Quora, is it possible to achieve warp speed? If so, what would be the process of building a ship capable of achieving it, and what potential challenges might arise for the ship and its crew?
Okay, that's great. Thank you for the three-parter physics on Quora. Leaving it up to a bunch of actual science reality nerds to come to the science fiction nerds for their answers. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's break the question down into its parts. Is it possible? So, by today's standards, no. That's the simplest answer I can give you. Now, we live in Star Trek land. This is for the future. So, by tomorrow's standards, maybe. And if so, what would the process be of building a ship sort of capable of achieving it? Well, let's see. Lots and lots of years, and for guys like you to work with the applied physics and mechanical engineering people to sort of make it happen. Basically, get the guys from Big Bang Theory. So, no, seriously though, what challenges might arise for ship and crew? Part of the biggest challenge you're going to face is, so what is warp? What does it mean to do all this? I think the idea behind Star Trek and its warp and all this other stuff is essentially, and at its easiest to try to convey from a fictional standpoint, is that the idea of, you have several factors. First and foremost is the idea of when you're traveling at faster than light or moving in that sort of at warp, so to speak, debris is a big problem. So what does the ships have? Each of the ships has in front of it this little dish guy. And it's not just for looking fancy. That's what is the deflector dish. What does the deflector dish do? It does exactly what it sounds like. At all given points while moving forward, it is moving forward it is an energy field. It is an invisible energy field that moves forward and moves debris out of the way. It's very much like a reverse tractor beam in that regard, only it's creating sort of an energy scoop. So in essence, it's funny, there was a book once that gave the design. Warp theory is that a warp shell is created, and the warp shell moves in such a way that looks very much like a chevron, like the delta. This symbol symbolizes warp speed. The little star in the middle normally is the star that's your ship, so to speak. The point at the front is created by your deflector dish, because you have to deflect things coming forward. You have to create sort of that triangular effect, thus allowing things to roll off those front shields and whatnot, and not hurt you. Now, another real-life issue of faster-than-light travel, warp if you will, we're talking about time dilation theory. Time dilation is the concept that the faster you move, more time passes on Earth than is passing for you in the warp bubble, in warp. So you might go out 3 days, 3 hours, 3 days. Let's use days as in a simple example. And by the way, this is not how time dilation works. If you want that, please go to a science channel. There are many, many science channels out there that will probably give you actual scientifically based answers. Mr. Know-It-All is giving you an answer based in fictional engineering science for Star Trek. Okay? And in fact, warp is the concept that at warp, we are not, the reason why warp works the way it does, time dilation is not even a thing. But in real life, moving faster than light, time would become an issue. So for every day you travel, let's say, because again, this is fictional, about 10 years passes on Earth. Not even 1 year passes on Earth. So you're gone for 3 days, 3 years have passed. And you come back 3 days later, 3 more years have passed. You've been out for 6 years. Now again, none of these are accurate time frames. Please understand that. Mr. Know-It-All is not a scientist. I'm just a general busybody who knows things. So at the end of the day, those are major hurdles to get past. I would think another one may ultimately be supplies, because in the time it takes you to move and go through certain things, you'd have to be able to keep yourself supplied efficiently, proficiently, as it were. And I feel like those are huge things to keep in consideration. So yeah, hopefully, there you go. Now you know. Don't always have to battle you're having, but you know it all yourself. I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, please comment below. Let me know your thoughts on what you think. Is warp speed possible? I would love for my real life scientists out there, people who understand science for real, to jump in the comments and sort of educate us, because I'm all about that. That is literally what this channel is about, is educating you, making you a know-it-all the same way I am, which at its fundamental core is really about having fun and enjoying some things. So hopefully someone down in the comments will be able to give us more accurate an answer. Until next time, though, I think we'll go ahead and move on to the next question.